Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Excuse me. I stayed up and watched Manchester United last night. They were absolutely dreadful. In fact, I watched the first half and went to bed. That's how dreadful they were. But this is just basically another update video. I have finally been contacted by Simpson. Now, I don't think it's off their own back. I just think people have actually contacted Simpson based on what they've seen on my channel and Instagram and things like that, and then contacted me as a result of that. It felt a little bit forced, but at the end of the day, they got in touch with me. They explained the warranty, which I already knew. They explained all that. I knew that what was coming. I wasn't interested in getting a new brush or anything like that. One thing I thought they might have offered would have been like a knot replacement, where I would pay the shipping, the replacement cost of a hand-tied knot, and then shipping back, all at my own cost, and they're not losing out anything. I thought that might have been an option for Simpson. I thought that might be something they might offer to customers, you know, after the warranty's expired. You know, a bit like if you go to Apple when your phone's dead after 2 years, and they say, well, we can't fix it for you, can't do anything, but we can give you a replacement at the cost of the replacement, like a refurbished phone or whatever it used to be years ago. It's a bit different now, but you know what I mean. You don't pay the full price because you've already got part of it. You just pay for what's required. So that was one thing I thought might have been offered, but it's not. Oh, I don't know if it is. They didn't mention it, but I'm not going to push the issue anymore. So as such, this is a brush that will never leave my den. The Simpson Scot. Is that focusing? This is a 13mm knot, I believe, and it's Best Badger, I think, as well. I'm pretty sure it's the same grade of the hair, pretty sure. And I'm going straight into my Mitchell's WoolFat, which I have pressed into the tub. You can see there now it's actually got quite smooth, much better than leaving the puck in there. The puck was actually very annoying. It was starting to do my head in because I was leaving stuff down the side of it. Now, believe it or not, when I took it out, I'd used about 1/3 of the soap. That's how much I've been smashing Mitchell's WoolFat since I got this. And I'm really interested to see how the Scot lathers with Mitchell's WoolFat. I haven't had an issue with a single brush so far with Mitchell's WoolFat, synthetic or natural hair, boar, badger. I haven't tried horsehair. I think horsehair might just be too soft to get a lather from it, to get a load, but who knows. I may give it a try eventually. I'm going to get a good load into this little knot because surprisingly I can get 3 lathers out of this knot when it's well loaded. So there we go, Simpson Scot loaded up and ready to go. I'm going to go for it at that. I don't think it needs any more soap. I'm just going to wet my face, cold water shave, absolutely zero prep. Now, I also want to thank the subscribers, people on Instagram, people that have commented. I've had mainly people on my side, but it's been quite refreshing to have people not on my side, seeing it from a different point of view of the way that I probably dealt with it. Probably didn't deal with it as best as I could, but at the end of the day I still felt like I was in the right. But there was 2 in particular, and I can't even remember. God, I've just messaged them this morning, my memory's shit. Bobski. So Mike, look, honestly, thank you for the comments and thanks for being honest with it, because a lot of people, I'm big on honesty. I always have been. I am on the channel, I am in real life. It's a big bugbear of mine if you're not honest with things, and it's refreshing to get honest feedback from people and see what people think of the way I dealt with it and the way other people deal with shit. So thank you to Bobski. Another one, I can't remember his name. Now, my messages might have come back and sounded a little bit harsh, but I'm very passionate about wet shaving. I'm extremely passionate about wet shaving. I'm extremely passionate about many things that I love in my life, including my family and soccer and shaving, anything that I'm into. My window cleaning business, I love cleaning windows. I'm very passionate about it. I hate seeing window cleaners that don't clean windows well. It really, really annoys me. And it shouldn't, you know, you should just let these things go over your head, but that's the person I am, that's my makeup. So it was refreshing, and it was never intended to piss anyone off the way I dealt with it. It was never intended to do that. It was just intended to open people's eyes to what can happen when a company doesn't get in touch with you and things like that. Customer service is massive. Bobski's been in customer service for years, yet other people that have been in it for years as well have given a different point of view from my side as well. So but it's done and dusted now. I'm going to use the brush. I'm going to enjoy it. for what it is. Yes, it's a sherry, but it's also a tremendous brush, and the knot in it, albeit a shading knot, is an amazing knot. And I have to say that in all honesty. I can't lie about it. It's not like I'm bashing them because the knot's crap. The knot isn't crap. Let's see, I'm even looking at little fucking hair out of my wee Scot. In fact, I could probably make a wee Scot with the amount of hairs that came out of my chubby. Yeah, so it's slit. It's done. What's done is done. I think it opened a few people's eyes. I tell you what, it did. It definitely opened my eyes to the fact that there's so many people out there with Simpsons Chubby 2 brushes, Chubby 2 in general, that have shading problems. I've just dipped the tips in the bowl. And now I'm just sprinkling water on. This is going to take a little bit of while to get going, but we'll get an amazing lather in the end, I can assure you. It's definitely tarnished my view on Simpson. I don't believe for 1 minute that they weren't aware of who I was, given that I tagged them in every photograph. I'd messaged them on the 7th of November and never heard anything, but at the end of the day, what's done is done. Would I buy another Simpsons brush? I'll be honest with you, I would possibly buy another wee Scot in the silver tip variant, but it's a lot of money for such a small knot, and really, is it going to be that great? That's my worry. Is it going to be so much better than this? This is an amazing little brush, feels great on the skin. I just prefer I like the coloured handles that come in the silver tip variant. As you can see, the lather is building up beautifully. Add a little bit more water. I haven't used this brush for a while now. You forget how good it is, you really do. One of those little sort of wonders of the shaving world. Look at that, absolutely amazing. From such a small brush, 13mm knot. Right, I'm using the leaf razor today. It's just going to be a quick sort of couple of pass shave, I don't know how many passes. I've got less than 24 hours growth again. It's the only issue with this razor, you can't get under the nose. nigh on impossible. You can go sideways, but why bother? All I do is break out the DE razor, which I've got down here. No, I don't, it's over there. Lovely first pass. Just touch up under the nose now. Sorted, that's it done. And I'm just going to wet my face a little bit. So slick. It really is so slick. Just going to have a drink of coffee because it's probably freezing now. And here we go again with a wee Scot. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there that are telling me as well that they're overrated, overpriced, over this, over that. To be fair to Simpson, the natural hair knots that I've used, which is this one and my 2 band, oh sorry, my best badger, Chubby 2, are both excellent. The Chubby 2 being pretty much the best natural hair knot I've ever used. It'll certainly be interesting to see how the rhodium knots compare whenever I get hold of it, just to see if they actually are good knots. And Stephen Davidson, I don't think you watch my channel. Fucking hell, mate, I've never seen so many. Is it Sniper V2 videos? I don't know, Sniper videos for gaming. Like, my feed was just full of them. I'm like, shit, where's the shaving videos? I can't find them. Tell you what, that is super close. Just going to touch it around the lips. I mean, there's full size brushes I've used before. Simulg sort of comes to mind. I do like Simulg. I love the fact that they're out of Portugal as well. They do make beautiful brushes, but I really struggled with that last one as well. I got some great lathers in the end from it. I figured out how to sort of use it, but it was frustrating. What more can you ask for? And to be honest with you, I have to put a lot of these great shaves down to Mitchell's WoolFat at the moment because this is such a good soap. Absolutely superb. And look at this, I know this is just a tiny little brush, but that's a lot of lather in there. And it's good lather, it's amazing lather. It's slick, it's protective, it's dense. I like the smell of it. I like the sort of look of it, I like that heritage sort of look now. I'm starting to get really into these sort of ivory looking handles, ivory tubs. I'm still not a fan of vintage razors. Or vintage brushes, if I'm honest. I still prefer modern. I like the look of it. I think when they make things like this that look vintage, but they're actually modern, I like that. Unless we're talking about vintage razor blades, and then it's a whole different ballgame. Vintage razor blades are just, they're nuts. Right, that's that brush done with. Just rinse the soap out. Should be nice and easy now that I've melted this, well, grated the soap. Now I mentioned in my head shave video, Mitchell's WoolFat, as far as I was aware, was meant to be a triple milled soap, or it is a triple milled soap. When I was grating it, it was very soft. It was actually, I could squish it in my hands, the actual puck, quite easily. Easy enough, which made me think, was this really triple milled? Have they changed something? I don't know. Does it say triple milled on here? Yeah, it doesn't say triple milled on the jar, so I don't know, maybe it's not triple milled. Maybe I've just read that somewhere. I don't know. God, it's fantastic. That's a fantastic shave. It really is. That redness down there is actually from yesterday. So everything else, I mean, that is extremely close on my chin as well. The old leaf razor, eh? I should use it more often. I will use it more often. I don't know why I don't use it more. But anyway, Mitchell's WoolFat. Is that focusing? Yep. Let's see, I've got it in here. You can see how nice and smooth that's going now. Grated it in there. And it's just phenomenal soap. The jar that it comes in, I do like it. It's very rustic. I don't know whether this is handmade or whether it's machine made. I don't know, but you can see there it's not the best of quality. It's very rushed looking, but it's nice. It's nice and rustic looking. It looks like it should from back in that era. The label's off center, which annoys me, but it's printed on at least, which is good. And I suppose it's eco-friendly as well, being ceramic. The brush, it's a brilliant brush. It really is. The Simpson wee Scot. It's the only brush that Alexander Simpson put his name to. It's actually signed on there. Made in England. I prefer to say made in Scotland. A wee Scot made in Scotland, but I don't know. It's nice to see something made in England with a Scottish twist to it. And it now smells lovely. Mitchell's WoolFat. But you see the lather it makes for such a tiny knot. Just to sort of show you, I've got this one still sat here. That's a 24mm silver tip. There it is. 13mm best badger. The size difference is enormous. The lather quality and the lather amount, it's not a massive difference really, in all honesty. The razors were the leaf razor, which is a beautiful razor, well built. It's not perfect. It probably needs still a bit of work done to it to try and, to try and bring it to closer to a cartridge appealing look and feel. You want that to shave more like a cartridge in terms of angles getting in places and stuff like that. Even if they found a way to incorporate a trimming tool on the back, I don't know. I keep looking at it trying to figure out something myself in my head. Even if I go to them and say, look, I've got an idea here, if it works, sort me out. But if I had a trimming tool in there just for scooping under here, instead of bringing out all these fandangled little extra tools, if you can build something onto this that works, I don't know if it's possible, and I'm not an engineer. I don't know F all about really anything like that. I just come up with these weird and wonderful ideas sometimes, and on paper they look brilliant, but they can't be made. I've done it with several things, and finished off, well, did under the nose with the Carve Christopher Bradley razor in brass because it had a blade in it. It's actually a nice looking razor, it really is. This one is actually patinaed quite a bit. It's actually a lot darker in colour than it is when you first get it. Quite a bright gold, but this is very uniform. I've got no like dark patches of patina or brassing or anything like that. Really nice one. God, Mitchell's WoolFat leaves your skin feeling insanely good. So moisturised. I'm not even going to put a post-shave balm on it. It just doesn't need it at the moment. I'll use that when I really need it. I should really pop a splash on, but oh well, I'm bloody knackered. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. To those that did comment and got back to me and all that sort of thing over the Simpsons sort of saga, if you want to call it, thank you very much. And that includes people like Bobski and other people that actually had a go at me and actually had a total different viewpoint from what I was looking at, and it's refreshing. And thank you for that as well. So other than that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.